Hello and welcome back to another Destiny 2 build video. Today's video is a PvP video, as you can probably see with the footage in the background. And yeah, it's a Strand PvP based on the new Arbor Warden exotic. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, on today's build I'm using the Berserker subclass with Rally Barricade, Catapult Lift, Frenzied Blade, Shackle Grenade, Flechette Storm, Drenger's Lash, Thread of Mind, Continuity, Binding, and Generation. I'm using Rally Barricade because it's got a faster recharge rate than the Towering Barricade, although either is acceptable. I'm using Shackle Grenade because I think the Suspending is one of the most useful PvP grenades, although any is fine technically. I'm using Flechette Storm because I think in PvP it is better than Into the Fray, because I mean you can get Woven Mail by destroying a Tangle, but then you have to get an ability kill, and I think a ranged melee is pretty useful. Although if you can use either or. I'm using Drenger's Lash because, well, this is basically what the build is based around. I'm using Thread of Mind, where defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy, so you suspend them with this, and you get more of this, so yeah. Thread of Continuity, where suspend is, well, the duration is increased, which is just useful overall. Binding, where super final blows, administer suspending bursts. If there's multiple people, you can just kill one guy and the rest of them get suspended. Thread of Generation, where dealing damage generates grenade energy, where this is just useful and a passive kind of fragment. For my mods, I'm using kinetic targeting and solar targeting. You can use any targeting which any targeting that suits your weapons. So I've got on a kinetic weapon and a solar weapon, so just yeah. But you can also use stuff like siphons if you can get like multi-kills to get orbs of power. I use dexterity mods to pull out my weapons faster. Any loader mods, any of these mods, anything's fine. With PvP builds it's mostly whatever you want. I mean, any of these mods are useful, but I just think that I just want to make my weapons as potent as possible. Now, this is the exotic the build is based around, Baronade, where using a class ability channels defensive light inward, providing a grenade that creates a barricade on impact, where you basically get your grenade and then, well, yeah, you just use your barricade ability. Then it brings out this ball and you punch it, then your grenade turns into a barricade which you can throw, which is very, well, probably the most unique Titan exotic I've seen to date. This I'm using Unflinching, and this because I just don't have anything else that can fit in here that's useful. If I had Masterwork this, which I probably won't since its stats are quite low, I would probably put in Solar Unflinching or something that would help with my other weapon. On my legs, I've got Recuperation, but anything's fine here. Elemental Charge, which is extremely useful, where if you do get a kill with your Strand abilities and destroy a tangle, you might get an armor charge, where my kinetic weapons will do increased damage. Although any surge is fine, and anything really is fine in here. On my legs, I've got Bomber, where I use my class ability and my grenade cooldown goes down, which is good. Powerful Attraction, where if I use my class ability I get orbs of power if they're nearby. And my Decaying Armor charge is a long duration, so I get kinetic weapon surge for longer. And yeah, that's the build. For the artifact mods, basically, depending on what weapons you have on, get these. Like for example, if you're using Arc, then get Arc. If you're using Void, get Void. You want improved unraveling, where it increases the amount of damage dealt by unraveling a target. You may not necessarily unravel them, but it's a Strand perk, and if you do have an unraveling weapon, then this is useful. Strand Soldier, where your Strand weapons gain your Strand subclass is equipped. If you get Woven Mail, if you choose the other aspect, or you've just got a weapon that gives you Woven Mail, then this is useful because you get unraveling rounds and then these two pair together. And here you could get overcharged armory and deep origins if you have these kind of weapons, but I didn't get them. Conductive Cosmic Needle is alright. I mean, if your teammates have Arc and Void abilities, I have no idea if this works or not, but it might. And then Squad Goals is literally useless, but there is really nothing else unless you want to get more of these or this. Everything else is pretty useless as a Strand subclass. So as you know, this build is based around the Arbor Warden Titan exotic, where throwing or using a barricade / class ability turns it into a grenade basically, and it replaces your grenade with a throwable barricade. Now, I'm not a PvP like god or anything, so I don't exactly. I mean, I'm good enough, but I'm not like highly skilled on, I don't know, competitive level. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt, and I'm just talking from a build perspective. So basically, depending on what weapon you have, in this clip I'm using a hand cannon and a sniper, you really want to use the barricade going into situations, I guess. So if you know an enemy's around the corner, you can just peek out, throw it, and then start shooting them from there. Or like in this clip, you just throw it from far away, and then, I don't know, maybe they get distracted or something. You could throw it down a sniper lane, hopefully get them suspended, then snipe them, or yeah, it's extremely good in close quarters where you can easily suspend a guy and then like shotgun him or something. But yeah, that's basically it. You just throw the barricade and then you suspend them and then you kill them, basically. That's really all there is to it. I mean, like this clip, I throw it down, some guy just jumps into it and it's an easy kill. I'd say it's not like the best PvP build. I think it's more of a fun PvP build overall, but yeah, let's just move on to the strengths and weaknesses. So let's go over the strengths. So strengths of this build: very good at close range and very good at disabling enemies. So if you, I don't know, having a hard time killing people, then you can just like make them only able to hip fire and then go in for an easy kill. Other strengths: it's very good in control because you can like really counter zone taking by just throwing a suspending thing in there. Other strengths: it's cool. I mean, it's probably one of the coolest exotics I've ever seen. But other than that, I don't think there's much else. Weaknesses: I'd say it's pretty bad on open maps. If you can, if you can get them with the suspend, of course it's good, but it's kind of hard to get them on open maps. I mean, like in this, which is Widow's Court, I'm pretty sure. It's kind of hard to get them because it's only like a straight line. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Also, can we talk about this melee? Oh my gosh. Anyways, that's it really for the weaknesses as well. I mean, there's not many, but of course there's not many strengths either. And I'm not a PvP aficionado, so don't know much in that regard. But yeah, that's the strengths and weaknesses completed. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this PvP build video. Yeah, not a lot of them will come out because no, I think it's kind of difficult to create PvP builds because I mean there are exotics that work in PvP. Like I love using Syntheseps in PvP because of their like range and stuff like that, but I don't think there's many like unique PvP builds that can be made. So yeah, that means it is kind of hard to make them. But I will try, and I'll also try to upload more frequently because I've been doing it every like 3 weeks recently, which is kind of bad. But yeah, there's that's it. Hope you enjoy. Builds I've lined up, no idea. Not many really. Most of them have already been made, so that's sad. But yeah, there's not much at all. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this footage. I hope you'll enjoy the build and use it at some point by doing like a legend or master lost sector. Yeah, good luck with that, and happy whatever is going on right now.